Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Keysha, and I just wanted to jump on real quickly just to talk about something that I realized that took effect, and I wanted to make sure everyone was aware. Again, my name is Keysha Godfrey. I am a business consultant and business strategist. I work with creative-minded people to help them figure out how they can turn their crafts to coins, their projects to profits, and their DIYs to dollars. Today we're going to talk about Etsy just because they recently made a pretty big change with how they manage your payment accounts and how they manage processing the fees for their transactions. So as you join, just let me know if you're joining live, and also if you're joining through the replay, let me know that as well so I'll know to come back and answer your questions. Please share this video as much as you want. If you know anybody that sells on Etsy, feel free to share that with them, as well as anybody that you think is considering selling. But I won't be on too long today. I just really wanted to jump on just to make sure that you all are aware, since one of my ebooks is called 7 Steps to Sell on Etsy, where I help people get started with starting an Etsy shop. So I wanted to make sure, because I did not put this in my book, but I'm going to go back and edit it. But essentially, Etsy has changed their payment policy. So before, what their policy was is you would have your payment processing fees assessed on the front end. The payment processing fees are what you pay to the credit card company, and then you would be able to pay Etsy's fees by the end of the month. So you usually had until the 1st to pay it, but they really gave you until the 15th. The only thing about that is if you waited until the 15th, then they would kind of deprioritize your shop. That's one of their unwritten rules. But what they have started doing now is they take their fees off the front end as well. And so you may notice that when you log into your Etsy shop, you very well could have a negative balance, because especially if you have your listing set to renew automatically, what happens is they're automatically taking those fees out of whatever balance you have. And then when you start to get sales, then your sales will be used to pay off that balance. Now, I know some people are not used to this. They think that it's something that's totally new. Honestly, it's not, because most payment processors take their fees off the top. And I can imagine, I've read several blogs about this where some people have had their shops shut down for not paying their fees, and some people have closed their shops because they couldn't afford to pay their fees. So when you think about it from a business standpoint, Etsy has pretty much been eating those fees, and then they have to pay a third-party collection agency to collect those fees for you. So if you think about it that way, like if you think about all the hundreds of shops that are probably been closed because the people didn't pay their fees, because Etsy was actually being nice by having what's called a net 30, which is like you pay whatever is due at the end of the month. They were being nice by having that kind of processing platform or processing concept, but since they've changed it, I think it was more of a business decision, because now they don't have to worry about not getting their money while you're also getting paid. So, I mean, it doesn't really make sense that they would pay you while you owe them money. I don't know too many people that would allow you to keep getting money from them while you still owe them money. So that's the major change. Like, now it's going to come directly out of your balance. If you already have an Etsy shop, you can log on now and you'll see it. If you haven't made any sales today, then chances are, if you haven't made any sales and you have automatic listing renewals on, chances are you'll see a negative balance in your Etsy account. Of course, there are also other platforms like eBay. If you just want to send invoices through PayPal, if you want to do something like Shopify, I have Shopify for my business by Keeks with Love, and they do have a net 30. So any payment fees, any fees from Shopify, like I still have to pay the payment processing fees up front, but the Shopify fees I pay at the end of the month. And so Shopify still has that, but the thing is, Shopify is not free. It's to have a shopping cart is $29. To have just the regular blog where you just add a payment button, it's $9 per month. But one of the benefits is they have unlimited listings, so you don't have to pay the listing fee for Shopify. and then you can pay all of your fees at the end of the month, and you have to be signed up for automatic billing. So it's not just like Etsy where you may be able to pay with your PayPal if you want. On Shopify, you have to set up a payment method, and then they just automatically bill whatever that payment method is at the end of the month. You can choose to have 2 different bank accounts set up where your payments go to one bank account and your payments come from another bank account, but at the end of the day, you still have to pay that. PayPal takes it out up front. I know that. eBay, I have not sold as a handmade seller on eBay, but I do know when I did sell, it depended on what you were selling and how much. I think you got like 50 free listings, and then anything after that, it was like 30 cents per listing, but I do believe they changed their transaction fees as well. So I would definitely look into that. But all in all, I still do believe that Etsy is still a great platform for everybody to sell on. They still have the free option where you just don't have to pay the monthly fee. They did add an option where you can have a paid or premium account, and it starts at $10, and then in January is going to go to $20 per month. But with that paid account, you do get more benefits. Like you get like $5 in promoted listings, and then you get an extra featured listing. So instead of 4 featured listings, you get 5. I talked about it on my blog at www.rekeysha.com. So I laid out the 5 major changes that they've made. But again, I just wanted to make sure that you all know now that when you sell on Etsy now, you're not going to be able to pay your fees at a later date. They're going to take that out. And I honestly think it's a great thing because it'll allow you to know whether the prices you're charging are a good price. Like, it's easy for you to be super, super busy and you're like, oh my gosh, why am I so busy? Why am I booked and I'm not making any money? Now you'll be able to see on the front end how much money Etsy is taking out and how much money you're going to make when your payout happens. You can schedule to have your payouts every day if you want. They don't have instant payouts. Like, I know PayPal has that. I think Square has that as well. I'm not sure about eBay. But with Etsy, it just takes about 24 hours to go into your bank account. And you can schedule it every day if you want. Just log into the app. You can also sell on Amazon Handmade. The only thing about that is you have to be invited. And I think their fees are about 15% of your sales. So that's something to keep in mind as well. But I don't think they have listing fees. With Etsy, you still get your 10 photos. I'm just going over my notes just to make sure that I touched on everything. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I really just wanted to make sure everybody's aware that Etsy has changed their payment policy effective immediately. And also just a final reminder, my Crafts to Coins round 2, it closes on Thursday. I'm going to do one more broadcast for Black Girls Craft since some people said that they had problems accessing the replay. So I'm going to do another class tonight at 6 p.m. So if you're a member of Black Girls Craft, you're welcome to join me. You can also find the link to join the 3-week boot camp on my website. And I'm kicking off the Slay Your Sales Masterclass this Saturday at 11:30 a.m. All of the classes that I talk about are usually going to be broadcast directly from this Facebook page. If you see the event, you can RSVP to it, but that's just to get reminders. So you can always just come right back here like how you are today, and that's where the classes will be broadcast. So that's all I have for you today. Every Tuesday and Thursday, you can find me here at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'll just jump on and see and talk about anything that I feel like you guys should know about. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Bye.